Cory Lewandowski's lawyer, Bradford Cohen, is here to go on the record. Good evening, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How's it been on your client throughout these past couple of weeks as he faced the possibility of a criminal charge and a criminal trial?
It was extremely difficult. You know, it was difficult on him. It was difficult on his family. You know, he's a father and a husband, and he's a great guy. And, you know, it was very taxing on, it would be taxing on anyone, but it was extremely taxing on him because of the enormous attention it got.
You know, there's oftentimes, as you know, I'm a former criminal defense lawyer as well, is that oftentimes to get a prosecutor to drop a case, there's a lot of back and forth, back and forth. I mean, what was sort of interesting or unique about this is that there's the videotape. Did it take, I mean, what was it? Did the prosecutor sit and listen to you, or did it take the videotape? What do you think was the compelling reason behind this decision?
Well, certainly we met with the chief prosecutors that were in charge here, and they were very polite and very attentive to the information we gave them. We gave them information from Barton Brown, who was a 25-year veteran of the FBI, Eric Holder's past supervisor of security. And in addition, we also provided them with 15 seconds extra of the tape, and that tape was of her being directed out of the area. A lot of people said, hey, there's no evidence that she was ever told to leave that area. But we had the evidence. And, you know, we offered the police to come in and take as much evidence as they wanted from the discs that Mr. Trump had in the ballroom, and they decided to take the 10 to 15 seconds of Mr. Lewandowski coming into contact with her. The other additional video that we had, the police did not have. We provided it to the state attorney along with that affidavit. And let me tell you, we met with them for about an hour and a half, an hour, and we discussed each frame by frame. We went through everything with them, and we coordinated that with the affidavit provided by Barton Brown, and it was fantastic.
All right. Now, I'm sure you know that Michelle Fields has said that she may file a defamation lawsuit. So I'm sure you've given that some thought. Tell me
Sure.
what I mean, give me your sort of thumbnail sketch of what will happen if she files this thumbnail sketch, and what the trial will be like if you get to that.
I don't think it would get to a trial. I don't think it's really that strong of a case. You know, of course I'm biased because I'm looking at it from Cory's side. But when you file a defamation case, and I'm always careful about filing defamation cases because it really opens the door to a lot of things that a lot of people, you know, prefer not to open the door to. Other allegations, other reputations, things of that nature. It's just probably not a smart idea. That being said, everyone has their choice to file a lawsuit. You know, you can file a lawsuit over anything. Do I think it's a successful one? Probably not.
Will you file a counterclaim if she does that?
I think we would discuss it at the time. I mean, certainly that's one thing to do. I know that Ms. Fields' boyfriend called Mr. Trump a thug and called Cory a thug and said that she was almost pulled to the ground. And I don't believe that's reflective on the video. I think everyone saw that video, and I don't think her description of what happened in that event was seen on the video.
Is there, how about an apology? Was that ever discussed? I mean, I heard the prosecutor speak briefly about it.
Sure. Certainly at the beginning, you know, it was discussed like maybe we could just make this all go away. But she wanted to file the complaint. She filed the complaint. And at that point, once a complaint is filed, you know, I always tell my clients, don't say anything. You know, let's keep quiet. Let's go through the evidence. Let's show the evidence. Let's show why this is not an offense. And that's exactly what we did. A lot of pundits were saying this is an open and shut case. But a lot of pundits didn't have that extra videotape. They didn't realize that we had an expert witness that was saying this is what happens in these events. This is exactly what happens. And every action that Mr. Lewandowski took during that evening was okay. That is what they do. That is how this works. You know, someone gets in the way where they were not supposed to be. They have to be redirected out of the way. There is security protocol, and that needs to be followed.
Why do you think she did that? Why do you think she filed the lawsuit? I mean, asked for a criminal case.
You know, I really don't know. I think that the first shot was really fired. She had the information of Mr. Trump's campaign manager, Mr. Trump's communications director. She could have contacted them prior to doing anything, but instead of contacting them, really the first shot heard was from her boyfriend, who said Mr. Trump is a thug and Cory is a thug, and she was almost pulled to the ground. And I think it just kind of snowballed from there. So, you know, it really wasn't the smartest way to do it.
Bradford, thank you very much for joining us, sir.
Thanks for having me, Greta.